Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew love right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. First I pull up, hop out. Valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count. Cause I'm two up right now.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And that'll carry over. For the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Set them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
And the pitch goes to Mixon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Here's a give to Mixon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Watch it now, Barney.
Here's Mixon. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Throw left side, complete to Sharp. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, 20. Play. Hip. Go.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Play.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Deep. Play. 50. Hip. Tiger. Deep. Hip. There you go. Ready, hunt.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Flushed out right. Going deep here for Stills. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And take it right on the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Flush to his right. Room to run inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a 1st down, but a big gain to boot.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch it now, Barney.
run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A handoff to Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than half a foot.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll go with a keeper. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Wait, go.
Tannehill now to throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that's caught at the 25. A big play there for the Dolphins. 54 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down.
Keep playing hard, fellas. All day. Whoa. Let's get it.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. On 1st and goal, Drake. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Tannehill, and down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Here's Tannehill, eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. He was looking that time for Stills.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise,
right, now,
just
56,
don't do it.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
He'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, got three. 3 down. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. On the toss, Mixon. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Right. Hey, 20.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to go. He goes down to the turf in the end zone. Tannehill taken down for the safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And out now, here come the Bengals. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They go play action here on 1st down. And that's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Tannehill. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game? Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They'll run with Mixon, and he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And out come the Dolphins now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill flushed out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Hustle, we're walking. We're all walking. Tiger. Deep. Go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They're complete. This is Albert Wilson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's 2nd down.
Get set. Play. Hey, 20. Tiger. Hip.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Play. Deep. Go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Miami. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Watch it now, Barney.
They begin with a run by Mixon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll set up to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. So now here come the Dolphins. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if some guy can look.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Off play action, Tannehill. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. This is Mixon. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They toss to Mixon, and this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Mixon. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth.
Run.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Watch it now, Barney.
The toss play to Mixon. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Watch it now, Barney.
Mixon on the toss right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Look at the spin. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Now the Bengals on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a carry for Bernard. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, Nixon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. So out comes the field goal team once more. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that's going to get this to a 14-0 lead now. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Deep. Hey, 20. 50. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Bernard. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol.
Now, Jack Patriot.
Again, here's Bernard. And he bulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the 50, it's Tannehill. He goes underneath the Drake. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is good. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.